going to show you my go-to brownie recipe, chocolate brownies. We're going to visit our neighbours tomorrow. Thought it'd be nice to take some with us, and we like it as well. So I'm going to do a double batch. So to that end, I've written out the recipe on a piece of paper so I don't have to do the maths on the fly, which we've talked about before. Maths on the fly does not work for us. So I am starting with 170 grams of butter. Now you can use plain butter, in which case you'll need to add a pinch of salt. I'm using salted butter so that it's all already done for me. And I want 170 grams approximately here. Let's have a look, let's see how we do. And this all gets done in a saucepan. So not too much mucking around with mess. 173, that'll do. I then also need 8 tablespoons of oil, cooking oil, eating oil, vegetable oil. Wouldn't recommend you use olive oil because that will give it a really weird flavour that will then fight with the chocolate flavours. Right, I'm going to put those on the heat till the butter has melted. So while that's preparing, I don't want it to boil, I just literally want the butter to melt. I'm preparing the other things that then will be going into it. I have got 500 grams of white sugar, and I'm going to add 100 grams of brown sugar. This is terribly indulgent. I'm sure it's really bad for you because it's so delicious. Okay, hopefully you can see there, the butter is melted. This is a little bit hot, but I can put my hand on it, but I'm not going to put it on the worktop. I'll work it off here. So there's the sugar. The brown sugar will help it be more gooey when it's cooked. You pour that in and you mix it. It's going to be grainy, doesn't matter. You just mix it in till it's all amalgamated. Excuse the eggs boiling in the background. Our neighbours very kindly gave us some eggs, so we're using them. It's fantastic. See, just a grainy, gooey mess. Now into that I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And then I need to wait until this is cool enough to add eggs. I don't want, when I put the eggs in, for it to turn into scrambled eggs. So the bigger pot you can do it in, for the more air going to it so it can cool down quicker, the better. Oh, get out of the way. Little thing. Okay, some time has passed. This is nice and cool now. I'm now going to add 130 grams of cocoa powder. Oh, I better get another one. I had more in stock. I love this stuff. It's a really good quality cocoa powder from the supermarket. There we go. That is going into my grainy sugar mixture. And you could sieve it. I don't see any point. Just keep mixing it till you don't see any more lumps. Okay, that is my cocoa powder mixing. Can you see it's still grainy? It still looks like sugar grains. Don't worry, don't panic. It's all mixed in there. Now I want to add 4 eggs. I've got 4 whole eggs here, and I want 2 egg yolks. So I'm going to do it into here, and the dogs can have the whites with their food later. And as that amalgamates, I have then weighed out here 200 grams. I'm using self-raising flour. If you haven't got self-raising flour, use 200 grams of all-purpose flour and a packet of raising agent, whatever your go-to is for turning a flour into a cake flour. Okay, I've got a really sticky, horrible looking mixture here now. So keep mixing until you can no longer see any white bits, basically. Nothing more technical than that. I'm sure you could do this in a cake mixer. I don't have a decent one, I've only got a food processor, and this has always worked. Just keep going till all the white disappears. There we have it. Pouring it into, I've lined my tray just so I can get it out more easily. And it's going into a preheated oven, 160 degrees, for approximately 45 minutes. Keep an eye on it. The way to tell that it's ready is the corners will start to look a sort of lighter brown colour. You can keep cooking it till you end up with a cake, but I like it to leave it like a traditional gooey brownie. Okay. Preheated oven, as I said, 160. We'll check it at maybe 35 minutes. I know it'll need probably 40-45. Nearly time to check the brownies. The alarm just went off for my first check. I've just made a pizza dough. We're having pizza for supper tonight. So we'll leave that to rise. Just take this off and we'll check the oven. That is looking good. Can you see what I mean about it being looking dry at the edges to make it done? That is still a little bit too bouncy in the middle. I think that's still too gooey. So I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. I had set the alarm for 10 minutes before time, just so I could spin it. I know this is a fan oven, but just in case. Okay, happy with that. It did take the full 45. Yes, it has sunk in the middle. That is what happens with brownies. That's why you get the gooey deliciousness in the middle. I'm going to leave it in its tray to cool, because at the minute, if you look, it wants to just snap as you try and take it out. Need it to cool and set up a little bit and wait for it. When I cut it later and show you what it's like. What's the bedding? Chris asks for custard.
Yum. My face says it all.